time. All right, man. It's time for the big stuff, man. It's Fans of Patrol time. My name is Montego. We are back, man, with a very special edition of Fans of Patrol because it's, we got expos and stuff going on, man. I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. With me is my darling co-host, Miss Tifflebot. What's happening with you?
You know what? I'm tired.
Yeah?
But you know what? That's great. Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's the end of the week. I was gone to Vegas and
All right. You win any loot, any scratch, any money, any cheese?
no.
No
Mm-mm.
coin?
No, but we had fun.
Okay. Did you try to win some loot, some money, some scratch, some cheese, some coin? Oh. Did you
Sure
lose
did.
any money, any cheese, any scratch, any coin?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
The
damn.
money that we brought with us to gamble with, yeah.
Oh, well, as long as that's nothing out of the kitty, so
Yeah, we're good.
that's how one does it, man. You can't play with the kitty, man. You just gotta use your gambling funds, man.
Yeah, and then you go and there's just stuff. You're stupid, so you can only play slot machines.
Oh, I don't.
I don't know how to play table games. I mean, I do, but there's all these rules about being like when you play blackjack and you're not supposed to do certain things to fuck someone down the table and stuff, and I just don't
Yeah,
get that.
yeah. I play table games when I go. I can't
Yeah.
f with those slot machines.
I'm afraid that somebody will get really mad at me for accidentally fucking them on the blackjack table, so I don't play that.
Well, one thing about
I
blackjack,
like roulette. I like to play roulette.
I don't like
Yeah.
roulette because of just the winnings is just meager to me. But as far as blackjack is concerned, man, most of the time you get on these tables and people are like very friendly and they'll try to school you, so you don't do that. They tell you when to
I know,
play.
but I don't want to talk to anybody.
Oh god damn, Tifflebot.
I don't want if I don't. I mean, like if I want to be playing around and fucking shit, I want somebody to be like, well, actually, you should be kissing my ass. I'm not gonna play this fucking table game with you.
God.
Okay,
Ladies,
sorry.
no. So man, this week is
Okay.
we have
Yeah,
some
tell us about this week.
we had some good stuff, man, from D23. So the Disney Expo happened this weekend.
I fucking knew it because all of a sudden, at like, what was it, 9 o'clock last night, I got 17 text messages.
Well, just content, because
Content, yeah. And also, it's for the show, but you also want me to be aware.
yeah. So just we got some stuff to talk about, a little Marvel news, a little Star Wars news. Just they dropping the good stuff. They didn't drop everything, but I watched some of this stuff, which I don't advise because it wasn't like Comic-Con where they actually had they have a dedicated channel, but they didn't have a channel like Comic-Con where they actually had people in the panels, like cameras in the panels.
Like,
Well,
were there panels?
oh yeah, bunch of panels. Yeah, they had a Daredevil panel and some other stuff, but we'll talk about that when we get
Okay.
to it. We're also gonna do Price of Tomatoes, vigilante movies, and
Mm-hmm.
because of our main topic, which is Samaritan, starring Sylvester Stallone, and it's a vigilante movie. So it all works as a big circle of life, Tipplebot. It's
Yeah, we're trying to make it a theme for the list.
indeed. So, man, saying all that, I'm ready to roll. Are you?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, man, we are back, and it's time for a little social media presence. Could you tell the people where the other places they can listen to us, Tifflebot, or watch us?
Yeah. So please go to fansofpatrol.com. That's our main hub. Or you can email us at fans@fansofpatrol.com. Or you can get to us on our social media, which is at Fans of Patrol on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Check out our TikTok, which is Fans of Patrol Zero, our YouTube, and also Patreon, if you would be so kind. And then, of course, listen on your favorite listening platform.
Hey, happy YouTube, man. I think our YouTube videos are starting to take off. We're finally getting more.
So 15 people have watched the
Oh,
YouTubes.
no, not that. You go over there and look and you will be surprised. So welcome all you YouTube people, man. So, man, this weekend was D23. It's been coming, and D23 is, I feel, ambivalent about it, Tifflebot, because it's always...
334 views!
So, anyway...
Sorry.
So, this thing kind of, it's trying to be a Comic-Con killer, D23. Marvel pulled most of their stuff out of it, and Disney is doing their own thing. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it, they do panels. and they bring out the actors. Like they had a Thunderbolts announcement for Marvel, which is pretty slick. They got Sebastian Stan in there, and the guy Goldie Hawn's son, who was Butt Walker, and a lot of other people that's gonna be involved. It's kind of like Marvel's Suicide Squad, if you're not familiar with the Thunderbolts, but Helena from the Black Widow sister, she's in it, and all kind of looks like it's pretty good stuff, man. Um, so they also brought out Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, who
Of course they did.
but they have no footage. They haven't filmed a goddamn thing, and so it was just like, hey, they're here.
It's so weird to see people because how long has it been since the last Daredevil show?
It's been a while,
and they haven't filmed yet. He's getting older.
Yeah,
how old did he look?
He looked like he did on the show. He didn't look like any time has passed, and so did Vincent D'Onofrio.
Good for him. Good for you, Charlie Cox.
Vincent D'Onofrio been frozen in this middle age, almost 50 look about himself for about 30 years.
Yeah.
Probably because he looked old when he was young.
I mean, I think he looked really young for like the first couple movies that he's in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
he was just like, you look like you're 48. It's been 15 years. You still look like you're 48. So, and then like they did a whole, like some video game panels and things like that. So, it's Comic-Con, but the only way I was able to see all this stuff was panels where people was shooting live with their phones,
Oh, sure, because they don't let people in.
Yeah, and you're like, God damn it, I want to see this. God damn it.
I don't want to see your shitty phone footage. Put your fucking phone away. But also, the thing about it is I've never been a big panel person. I mean, I've been to conventions before.
Yeah.
I guess I don't give a fuck about, I guess I would rather see a panel that, and they do these, where it's like a retrospective or a fan panel where you're already, for instance, a show that's already over, right?
Okay.
And then they come and they talk about it. It's already been established. So I don't like the hype panel because it's it's unproven. They're like, well, we're gonna have this and this is gonna happen and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I mean, okay, then do it. I don't really need you to tell me what you're going to do.
You might have a point to that because pretty much the best well, I've been to some panels with some stuff that was out, but it was out already. So that makes
sense.
Carrie Ewell's, which was on our YouTube, I think, or our old YouTube, which is gone. But that video had a whole bunch of hits. But, he was just talking about his movies he had done and stuff like that.
Right. Where you see someone that you respect. I would go, what?
It was a Princess Bride thing. So,
yeah.
The Grand Nagus, he was there too, and I went to his, and that was cool. But the lady who plays the Mandalorian, the female Mandalorian, I forgot her name. I went to her panel. The show was out already, so she could talk about everything. So it was
right.
Cool. I guess you might have a point when they can't really talk about
they can't talk about anything, and also sometimes they say stuff that isn't that's not true, but it doesn't come to fruition or whatever. Yeah. So they're basically just being like, well, maybe, and you're like, hoo, I'm excited.
Yeah. I might agree with that. But so I didn't watch too much of that stuff. But then we do have all these, we have some interesting shit that dropped. First of all, aside from D23, I just gotta, the trailer came out for Netflix's Glass Onion, the sequel to Knives Out. And I saw that, and it was totally off my radar, and I was like, let's see what this looks like. So
I'm surprised that it was off your radar, because it kind of been on your radar for a long time.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this thing, man?
This looks great. It looks very fun, it's like the original one. I'm a little bit concerned because it seems to be... I'm always concerned about a sequel, right?
Of course.
Because, you want to make sure that you're... So, yeah, sometimes when you're trying to capture the lightning in the bottle that you had the first time, you end up making it worse than you would have if you would have just done it regular. This does look good, though. I don't think there's a problem with it. It's very much they kind of gave him a Poirot kind of
100%.
He's he's comes to different kinds of scenes where which I think works. It will make it work better because every mystery is different.
I'm going to agree with you 100%. I think this is one of the safest things that you can do if you want to do a sequel, man, because, this is Inspector Clouseau. This is Poirot. This is Sherlock Holmes. You can always do another.
So that was Columbo. It's Murder, She Wrote.
Don't pull them.
It's Murder, She Wrote. I've never seen an episode of Murder, She Wrote, but I bet I would love it. I bet I would love it. Angela Lansbury.
Yeah. Don't want to see that. But, yeah. and when they bought this from Ryan Johnson, which made him a billionaire. He had the opportunity to write three stories, all at once. So when you have how should I say, a end goal that you're going from beginning to end, yeah, it probably wasn't meant after the first movie to do more.
What? Yeah, so there's supposed to be more.
Yeah.
But like, I think like because I remember saying, "Oh fuck, they're gonna make sequels," and you're like, "Oh, I think he was planning it." So, but I forget things. So,
You know what I love? I love a score. And on a
oh yeah, good, nice music.
Tiff, I'm so sick of hearing little songs that's like supposed like
You want the music to be created for the moment.
well, I'm sick of hearing like in these trailers when they throw in some hip hop and some echo in and some they go like
Yeah.
no, I don't want to hear that shit. Throw on a score, and I love hearing the Carmen, being manipulated. The Carmen score being manipulated,
Sure.
and the characters look great. The place looks totally different from the last movie, so it'll have its own feel and things like that, which is a good thing because if it was still, if it was fall in a drab place,
You'd be like, oh, it's rehashing it, but it's very just tropical.
yeah, oh yeah,
It makes sense for the people to be in a group because
Yep.
they're on like they've paid for some experience, right?
it's Murder on the Orient Express, man, and
It's
Edward Norton.
it's exactly what it's Edward Norton.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking weird.
I like Edward.
I do too, but he looks old young. He's got a boy face, but he's old, obviously.
Of course. So that's Knives Out, man. So let's get back to
Onion skin. What's it called?
yeah. It says Glass Onion,
Glass onion.
a Knives Out mystery.
Right.
Yeah. So we can still call it Knives Out.
Right. It's easier than glass onion. Although I do like the sound of whatever a glass onion is.
So man, let's try to get to some of this stuff here. Some of these trailers.
You're gonna have to tell me because I think these are a lot more Montego material than mine.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. Let's take our time. So the first one is this. Let's just talk about this Tales of the Jedi. And,
Yep, it's very Montego.
well, it's you always clown on me that I don't watch animation. I tell you, I do.
No, I said you do watch animation. You don't watch much adult animation.
This is good. So it has the same Clone Wars look, but it's just a
Oh,
series.
it's not a Clone Wars movie show?
No. It's a series of tales of Jedi. Like one of the Jedi and the thing is it looks like Revan, and Revan is like 2,000 years before Luke Skywalker or something like that. So they got stuff all over. They have some Clone Wars stuff, of course. They got a young Count Dooku. They got a young Ahsoka, training with Anakin, and then there was other stuff that. They Yaddle, the one that looks like Yoda. She was fighting Dooku.
Her name's Yaddle?
Her name is Yaddle. You only saw her in the first in Phantom Menace, and all you saw
Sorry.
was a puppet on a screen.
Sure.
Then in the next movies you never saw her again, but she's actually got this huge fan base with people because they did a couple comics with her and stuff, and so they're answering some questions and doing some things, and I think shit like this is real interesting. I like the little backstories that you don't have to do an entire movie. Just show me a half an hour show with some moments,
This is certainly you content.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then the next one I think is also you content.
Really? The Werewolf?
Oh, sorry, I forgot the order. Nope, this is for me.
Yeah,
I was really excited about this as soon as I saw it. And I know that it's a comic, Marvel comic.
Yeah.
It looks really weird and super fun.
It's an odd choice, man. Everything about it is, first of all, going to the Marvel horror comics, and then second, shooting it period with black and white, like
the black and white.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that because I know what they're doing, but it's just like I love the beautiful color. You know what I'm saying? And so,
yeah, I get that, but I really want to see this because I love obviously werewolves, but also I love, and there's Gail Garcia Bernal is in it.
Oh yeah, who is she?
That's a man.
Who is he?
He's
met a male Gail.
I know. Then there's also Gail Harold is a male man, and he's famous. Gail, I'm probably saying it wrong. He's Spanish.
Oh, yeah, every Gail I ever met, which has been a few, has been women.
But he's famous. He was in like what was he in E2 Mama Tambien? But I mean, you would recognize him.
All right.
He's the guy. He was the dad
Mm-hmm.
in that older movie that
What
we watched.
what other movie is that?
The one where they're on the beach and they get old.
Oh, oh, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
He's
know
in
that
it.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do. He's famous.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
won an Oscar.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so this looks, you know, the best.
I'm worried it's going to be a little cheesy.
No, the best thing that Marvel does is take risk. Every risk, almost every risk that they have taken has paid off big time. Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy speaking, and so,
What about the Eternals?
oh well, damn Tifflebot, you had to like crush it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Eternals suck ass. And
Yeah, that was maybe a bad movie, and I feel bad because I feel like those people should have had their Marvel chance and they didn't get it because the movie was so bad.
well, I hated everything about it after in hindsight. At first, I kind of gave it a yeah, it's good, and and that was bad for me. And then now that and thinking about it, like I have not watched that movie again since it was released. And
No, and I don't think I will.
sometimes though, it'd be bad shit that I don't like, and I'll give it a chance like years later and be like, well, damn, it wasn't.
Well, of course, but I just don't see myself doing that unless it's an accident.
No, it was terrible. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that.
It's
So the werewolf stuff looks dope, man. So
really dope.
yeah, and it's a television show, right? It's
Yeah, although I don't think that, you know what? I don't want to watch any TV. Make it a movie.
what's wrong with TV, Tifflebot?
Ah, it's such a commitment.
They got good shit on TV, right
They
now.
do, but 10 episodes, 10 fucking hours. I have a job.
Well, no, Marvel is not 10 hours. Their stuff is only like a half an hour. Like their shows they haven't been an hour recently. No, none of them have.
So, I mean, this would be like 6 hours.
Well, except for like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they had some shorter ones. Then they had some like 50 minutes.
Right. That's what I'm
But
saying.
but most of the time, recently, like all of Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, that stuff has been a half an hour, and it's like so. Moving on, Sam Jackson is back in Secret Invasion.
He's back.
What did you think about this? Tiffany?
This looks good to me. But here's my thing. I think it's crazy that Sam Jackson's going to be in a television show.
But it's Marvel, so they.
I know it's big. It's not the same. I
Okay.
get that. It's kind of like being
sure-
on it's like being on an HBO show. It's not the same.
I'm sure they're paying him Marvel movie
Oh
money.
hell yeah! I mean, here's the thing. If I was famous,
Yeah.
which I'm not, and I never will be because I just don't have it in me. But if I was,
Uh-huh.
I would like to be famous for like a brief moment, and then be the kind of famous, like an enduring famous, where you can just be on shitty television shows. Not this isn't shitty, but you know what I mean. Where you're just like, I do TV now.
This was one of the most interesting things I think I saw the whole time. It just the whole feel of it, the score, everything was just clicking, and the Skrull invasion is one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best stories written in Marvel history because it lasted for so long and you just didn't know who was replaced by a Skrull, and those bastards
Oh, people
everywhere.
people love it when someone's replaced by something like a pod person or like.
So many heroes, so many politicians, so they did the damn thing.
But the only experience I have with scrolls
Is in the movie Captain
No.
Marvel.
in Runaways, one of them is a scroll, is part scroll or scroll, but is good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's kind of funny because I think one of the new Avengers is called Hulkling, and this has nothing to do with being a Hulk. I think it's half Skrull and half something else, half Kree or something like that. But you did see Miss Marvel, and it was full of
There
Skrulls.
was scroll in there. Yeah.
A bunch of scrolls. So it looks dope, y'all. I'm looking forward to that probably more than all of it. Now, this other thing, I don't even know what this Tron thing is, but I love.
I love that you put it in there. It's basically like I've never seen Tron. Any
I
Tron.
love Tron.
I know you do. And I know that like this trailer was excited. It was like weird for me to watch because like it's such a hype trailer for people who like Tron.
Yeah, because it did nothing.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about Tron, which you would think that maybe because people probably listening to this podcast are probably like in their 30s or so.
Yeah.
Because we're older. But like I know about Tron because it's in the zeitgeist, but I kind of think that maybe people who are in their 20s might maybe not know what Tron is.
No, the last movie, which didn't do well, which I love that movie. It came out, and that was, hell, it might be like 10, 15
2004, do I want to say? But it can't be it.
It's been a while.
2009?
I think it was more like that. I think it was more.
And the thing about it is that's still too long ago for
Yeah.
Some people, obviously,
Yeah.
to the point that this trailer was exciting for me to see in a way, even though it wasn't for me, because I could tell it was for certain people. Like
Yeah.
it was for certain people specifically, because all they do is show you is that bike, the racer bike.
It looks like a wheel. Is what it looks like.
Yeah, the wheel of the racer, the light bike or whatever that
Yeah.
they play. That's the most famous
Yeah.
thing about Tron and blah blah blah. But like, I thought that was kind of fun, but also I have many feelings about it.
Yeah, man. And I will say that the last Tron movie that they did, it was a missed opportunity because they did have some. They had a lot of
But
power.
Jeff Bridges in that movie.
Jeff Bridges was in that movie. They had Cillian Murphy was in that movie, and
Mm-hmm.
they used him for like 2 seconds, and it was like, what are you
So you
doing?
thought that he was maybe going to come back for another one. It's kind of like when they use him as the Scarecrow. I feel like he's so good as the Scarecrow, but he's hardly in the movie because there's more than one villain.
Yeah, yeah, but I think in that instance the director used him the right way.
Yeah.
We didn't get so much of him, but in the Tron thing, it was just like, oh shit, he got to be the bad guy.
There he is, my favorite.
Right,
He was gone.
Yeah,
These fucking sons of bitches.
He was a son of the bad guy in the first movie, but it wasn't any lineage like now I'm the bad guy. I was just like, damn, what a missed opportunity. Anyway,
Couldn't afford him.
when the stuff came out, I don't give a damn. I love Tron. I want to see whatever this is gonna be. Super duper teaser they gave.
Yeah.
So then, hitting all the fans in the belt is they dropped the Mandalorian season 3 trailer.
Now that I want to ask you about, because I stopped watching it.
Yes, yes.
I am confused.
Uh-huh.
You're not allowed to take your helmet off.
Okay. So, if you watch the show, he belongs to a sect of, it's like Baptist and Catholic, and they all humans, but it's different religious sects, right?
Sure.
And in his sect, they're not allowed to take the helmet off forever. That's part of their creed. But
is that what a Mandalorian is?
that was
I thought that was the people, like the kind of like Earthlings.
no, all Mandalorians like follow this creed. But no, that's not even true. So in the Clone Wars, they had a lot of Mandalorians. Not all of them wear armor. It was pretty much just the warriors and stuff wear armor and
Okay.
stuff like that. They had regular people who never had on helmets and stuff like that, but their clothes would have pieces of armor. So armor is really important to them. And
Yeah.
so in the show, they actually caught up the show with the second season, the cartoon with the second season, and they had other Mandalorians who took the helmet right off. And he like, oh shit, what you doing? But he didn't even know he was part of this.
Well, so
rap-
how come? How come they said he wasn't a Mandalorian anymore?
because he took his helmet off.
But there's other Mandalorians who take their helmets off.
But that's not the way he grew up. So
Right, but they don't have the authority. So like if I was Catholic, and I went to a Christian church and I decided to convert, they wouldn't be able to tell me that I didn't believe in Jesus anymore.
he did not convert. He literally took his helmet off, knowing full well what it meant. And when she asked him, she
But
told
could he go somewhere else and still be a Mandalorian?
to be a Mandalorian, that doesn't matter how other Mandalorians like live their life. He's committed to this creed, and so it's something he can do that can get his honor back, because it's like removing your honor.
So he's trying to get that back.
Yes, that's part of the story. Yes, it's a very
That
good-
doesn't sound like something that a Mandalorian would be allowed to do.
Well, it's something that they make it so it's so damn impossible that it's never gonna happen no way. They're like, well, shit, yeah, you got to go jump off a cliff and hope and knit a parachute on your way down, and hopefully you got a full parachute. It's an impossible task. And so yeah, so I'm looking forward to this so much. I actually watched the second season a week ago. I said, let me watch this again because it's that goddamn good, and it really put me in a mood again for it.
How long is the child a child?
Well, Yoda lived 900 years.
How long of those 900 years was he a baby?
It's 50 years for this kid, so.
But he's not. He's still a baby, so it's more than 50 years.
Yeah, so if he was
If you're 900 and you're old as shit,
yeah, well,
which he was,
he died at 900.
you would say middle age is like 450.
Yeah.
This child should be a fucking adult by now.
Bullshit. I would give him another 50 years of being a kid. 100 years of being a kid, I could see
That's
that.
100. Then, so like if you're 20, right? That's about at 45 is your halfway mark.
Yeah.
For being an adult, being an old person.
Yeah.
So if if you make that into hundreds,
Yeah.
100 years, 1,000 years.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every 100 years is like a decade.
You should be a child for about another for 200 years, man.
Yeah, so I guess he's got another 100 years till he's a 20-year-old.
Yeah, well, yeah, shit. I think he's fine.
Maybe.
And the show just started, so
Because he's so old. Yoda is so old that they make it seem like he's old because he's 900. And if that's the case, he shouldn't be a baby anymore.
that's first of all, this is not Yoda.
What the fuck ever. But it's his species or whatever. What's his species called?
They don't have a name.
Booger. Boogers.
No.
Little boogers.
Nope. Mm-mm.
That's what they are, little boogers.
I'm not gonna let you ruin this.
I'm doing it. Little boogers.
Nope.
And they're babies until they're 900 years old, and then they just become very old.
So was that your only question? That how long is he gonna be a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. So this looks great to me, y'all. I'm I'm looking forward to this with the rest of the people. And so far, in my opinion, the best thing on Disney, man.
That's fair. I mean,
It's dope.
I'm not into it, but it's fair.
So lastly, this was in here for you.
Oh.
National Treasure is coming to.
I did like National Treasure, the movie.
Yeah, me too. And so now we got this thing here, and I guess the main character is this maybe 22-year-old
Nicolas Cage's daughter?
I don't know who the hell. I don't think it has anything.
Not in real life. Not in real life.
No. I don't know. Think it has anything to do with the movie. I don't know what.
Are you sure? Because she said my dad gave it to me.
But that's what he was saying.
And then it showed Nicolas Cage.
But it showed Nicolas Cage as the father.
She said my dad gave it to me, and then it showed like a flashy memory of like Nicolas Cage and some other stuff. I don't know if that could just be mixing of the trailer. It doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah.
But then the guy shows up.
What guy?
The co-star from National Treasure.
I thought that was a guy acting like him.
Nope, that was him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know, Tiff.
I'm not interested.
This didn't do shit for me, man.
Yeah, I was like, I don't. You know what it sucked? You know what it struck me as?
What's that?
Did you ever watch like kids television shows on PBS?
Yeah.
Where they're trying to teach you something?
Yeah.
But they try to mask it as like entertaining children's television.
I could see that.
So they're like going into like an Aztec temple. They're these adventurers, but they go in and they're like, did you know in 1742? Like, you know what I mean? And you're like, shut up.
Yeah. and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but the young lady just did not have any draw for me whatsoever. Sure. I was just like, who is this goddamn girl? And I don't think I want to see her, you know. So I looked at this trailer twice and was like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, it seemed like something that might have been a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. But I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, y'all should have just made another young.
I make another movie. Fuck Jesus.
Yeah.
You know Nicolas Cage would do it. He needs the money.
Oh, the heartbeat.
Does he still need money? I'm confused about that. I feel like he should be better by now.
I don't know. Dude did a lot.
Or is he just doing it because he can't stop spending the money he makes?
I have no idea. I can't even speak on it, you know? So that's going to be it for our D23 coverage, man.
Yes.
I know it was a lot of trailers and stuff like that, but it's interesting stuff. So I'm excited for the near future of some of this stuff that's coming out. You know, it looks pretty good. So, man, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back because it's time for Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. So we'll be right back. All right, man, it's time for some games, man. It's first time listening to the show. We do this in the middle section. Actually, we've been doing it on all the sections. We've been doing what we want to do, at least for the first two sections. But we actually had some news. It's been a long time since we had bona fide news on this damn show. So, you know, I'm fine with it. So, Price of Tomatoes. Tiff, could you explain the rules of Price of Tomatoes for the people?
Absolutely. So usually we play this game with 3 people, so there's a host. But we play Price of Tomatoes, which is a game using the rules of Price is Right to guess Rotten Tomatoes scores. We go by the critics score, and so whoever's closest without going over, just like Price is Right rules, takes a point. If we both go over, nobody takes a point.
All right, man. Nice and simple. Pimple. So we're doing vigilante stuff, man. You know,
yes,
vigilante movies. And again, it always shocks me how many actual movies fit the criteria of the subject that we are, you know.
There's millions of movies, man.
Yeah, wow, you just don't think, and then you're like, damn, somebody many of these damn things. So, man, what are we starting with here?
So I'm starting with Equalizer, what movie we both love.
Equalizer.
Equalizer.
Uh,
What's your bid on that? I'm gonna let you bid first.
the first Equalizer.
First Equalizer.
I'm gonna give it an 82.
82.
Yes.
That's good. You know what? I'm gonna say 75.
Look at this mother.
I like it, but I'm worried that people don't like it critically.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So the next movie
Yes.
is 2004's Punisher. That's the one starring Thomas Jane.
And that's on you.
I love that movie. Oh, I love that movie, but I guarantee it wasn't a critical success. So I'm gonna say 40%.
40%.
Yeah,
This one is difficult.
I agree. But not, well, I think it was pretty panned, so
I'm gonna give it a 35%.
nice. You might squeak in there.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're first with Peppermint. Remember Peppermint? Your favorite movie.
Yeah, Peppermint. Peppermint wasn't that bad, but I know ain't nobody see it. But
I remember disliking it immensely. But yeah. Yeah.
really? No, I don't remember.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I liked it.
I didn't. I don't think you. I don't think you.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen to that episode.
Peppermint.
Peppermint.
I'm gonna give it a 49%.
Oh, wow. That's generous because I'm going to give it a 20.
Woo! Torpedo, 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 torpedo.
Four Brothers is your bid.
I remember when
I like that movie.
People loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't give a damn about it. I had no
Sure.
feelings for it for some reason. I just didn't care. Four Brothers. I'm gonna give it a 68%.
Montego says 68. 52.
Interesting.
That's my guess. I don't know why. Taken, which I've never seen.
You never seen a man talk about his particular set of skills.
No. But I've seen enough references to it in like popular culture that I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So is this yours or mine? It's mine.
It's yours.
I think people like this movie. I think it was a critically like okay, just like a regular action movie. So I'm gonna say 70%.
70.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a 78.
Oh.
Yep.
We're playing that kind of game, are we?
I left some space in there. I left some space.
You did. There's a little wiggle room. Your bid is Six Underground, which is a movie I know you like a lot.
No, I like it. I wonder what the rest of the world feel like it. I don't give a damn.
I think it's good. I think they probably thought it was good, but I'm not sure how like film.
I'm gonna give it a 76%.
Ooh. I'm gonna say 75%.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Okay. So this one you made me put on here. It's a movie I've never seen and I don't know what it's about, called Bad Asses.
Yeah, Badass.
Maybe I have seen this movie.
I remember seeing the advertisement in comic books, you know.
Oh, have I seen this movie? I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a 20%.
Yeah, oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna say 36%. Okay, so the last movie for bid is on you, right? Or is it me? The Crow.
Oh. Critically acclaimed.
I would say critically acclaimed, yeah.
I'm gonna give it 80.
80. I'm gonna say 92.
Damn.
Okay, and now it's time while we take a brief break and we tabulate the scores.
All right, so man, it's time to roll with the score. So, Kimblebot, take it away.
Sorry. This might be the worst game of Rotten Tomatoes we've ever played. So our first movie is The Equalizer.
Okay.
You said 82.
Yes.
I said 75.
Yes.
60%.
F those punk ass people.
Scratch.
Say the hell with them goddamn punk critics.
Punisher, 2004.
Yeah.
You said 35.
I did.
I said 40.
Indeed.
29. Overbid.
I can't say I disagree.
Here we go. Peppermint. You said 49.
Mm-hmm.
I said 20.
Mm-hmm.
13%.
13?
Scritch, I told you that movie fucking sucked.
Wait a minute. We haven't hit the boards yet.
Yep, but we're about to. Okay. Four Brothers.
Okay.
You said 68%.
You said 52.
I said 52.
Mm-hmm.
52. Right on the money.
I protest.
Woo! Woo!
I protest.
Okay, so Taken. You said 78. I said 70.
Yes.
59.
Really?
Yeah. And then the last one I did for us was Six Underground.
Yes.
76, you said.
Yes.
75, I said.
Yes.
36, the internet said.
The critics said.
Yeah.
I wonder what the damn audience score on that one is.
All right, now here's the two you did, badasses.
Shit.
You said 20. I said 36.
Yeah, the score is 30. Indeed. On the mystery guests, badasses.
Okay, and then The Crow.
You said 92. I said
Yes.
80.
Yes.
It's 84.
So you win.
You
win the whole game.
The
Surprise win on the 2. Taking it down.
Miserable.
That was a bad one.
But victory is victory, Tipplebot. A win
sure
is a
is.
win. Damn, I'm really flabbergasted at some of these scores, man. It's wow, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do an audience edition.
We should do audience scores one time.
Yeah, because the hell with these punk critics, man. And who are these punks? Somebody who works for a newspaper and they write movie reviews? Get out of here.
Wow. Wow. If you're listening and you write movie reviews for the newspaper, I'm sorry.
Go to Kuwait and get
Jesus Christ.
Go get you some overseas journalism skills. Anyway.
Jesus.
Okay, so we're going to take a break and we're going to come back with our main topic. It's time for Sylvester Stallone and Samaritan. We'll be right back. All right, man. It's time to talk a little vigilante on vigilante action, man.
Vigilante on vigilante action. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Samaritan. This is a Amazon film, Tiff.
It sure is. Yeah.
2022 PG-13. 1 hour 42 minutes of rock'em sock'em robots there. So, action, drama, fantasy. A young boy learns that his superhero, who he thought was gone, missing after an epic battle 20 years ago, may in fact still be around. It's pretty accurate. And who's in this damn flick, Tiff?
Sylvester Stallone, obviously. That's our main guy. Javon Walton.
Yeah.
Pilau Asback. I have a hard time saying that. Pilau. Dasha Polanco.
Yeah.
Moises Arias.
Okay.
Martin Starr.
Yeah.
I love Martin Starr. Sophia Tatum. Jared Odrick. Michael Aaron Milligan. Henry G. Sanders. And Shamik Moore. Those are the people that are in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we go any further, we sum up the entire movie in one word. One. Oh, shit. One. What? One. Shit.
One.
Whoa!
All right.
Woo, took a while to get that one out.
Sure did.
What you got, Tiff? One word.
Great.
Samaritan.
That's my word. It's great.
Really?
Yeah, I like this movie. I had fun.
Great.
Yeah.
My one word was predictable.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I wasn't surprised by what happened in this movie. I just had fun watching it. So there's a reveal in this movie that I was not surprised by, and I don't think anybody would be.
Oh, my God. Before we hit the spoilers, that reveal, when the credits was coming on, I sit up there and I said out loud, you know what I think is going to happen? Bada.
Yeah. So I didn't watch this with anybody, but I watched it by myself. And as soon as the beginnings where they're telling you about what's going to happen in the movie, like they do like a long time ago or whatever they're doing. They're kind of doing an over.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So let's get to spoilers.
Okay.
Well, to me, that reveal was so goddamn disappointing.
See, but I think that's fine. I don't need the reveal to be. That does not make a movie. The reveal does not, nor should it make a movie.
That's not my issue with this thing. That was the least.
Well, let's hear about it because you like some garbage, and I'm surprised you didn't like this.
No, I did not. Okay, so the movie had a lot of things going for it, man. I love the sets. I love the cinematography. I love the wardrobes. I like the just the whole concept of it. You know, I was like, it has all the good stuff, the ingredients. That's why I really wanted to watch it. You know, for the show, I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. You know, especially for the scenes I saw in the trailer, and those scenes were great. So we get this thing started, man, and we visit this little boy. We hit them spoilers already, didn't we? Right?
Nope.
Okay. And
let it go.
So this thing starts and it's a shitty time. We already did the montage where they
Yeah, it's the dystopian
yeah,
sometime. There's no real. You don't know what day, where, what time we're living in. Future,
yeah,
some alternate reality. We don't know.
yeah. So
But I will say that it is accepted in this universe that super people exist, and that's just the way it is. No one doesn't know.
yeah, I mean they did their best in the montage to say they were genetically something blah blah blah.
Yeah, it was just a coincidence that these are the only two, right? The only two superheroes.
Two twin brothers, and I guess that was the you couldn't help but to figure out the reveal where they said two
Well,
twin
I mean,
brothers.
I think why you watch this movie is kind of for kids, actually. Not kids, but like teens, young adults.
It was I'm about to say because it was
Because it's not very, it's violent, but there's not like, it's not gratuitous violence.
it was violent. So we get introduced to this kid, and it's the same kid from Umbrella Academy.
Yes, he's been in many things.
Yeah, and so I'm giving this kid a chance because he kind of got on my nerves and other stuff that I seen him in.
Yeah.
He just did, and so you know he's living his life. His mama's poor. They're getting evicted every month because of just because.
And I kind of have the feeling that everyone's poor, right? It's like there's just no, the economy is broken in the
I think
future or whatever.
everybody's poor.
Right.
So he goes. He has this friend who I thought was gonna be the piece of shit friend, but
I did too, but they were just
Yeah.
stealing.
Hustling.
They were hustling. They were getting stuff out of buildings, old buildings.
Yeah. So when he was saying, "Come with me," the danger was going to Cyrus's compound to get your money.
Right.
But they get the wires, and he's pulling his big butt in that chair, and I'm like, I wish I would be pushing his big butt. And he's like 3 times his size.
I thought that they were so fun and charming together. Like, so they do that, and then he does another job. He does a more serious job.
Well, the bullies get introduced when he's doing a weigh-in and stuff, and they
Mhm.
you need to come work for us. And that little bastard with the Harley Quinn
With
haircut,
with the tattoos
oh
on
my
his face.
God, he was so annoying.
Yeah, and
Anyway,
he was like the little ringleader basically. But like, so they go to a gas station, and he's gonna distract the gas station guy,
the
so they can steal lottery tickets.
it was like a bodega.
Sorry, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Here we don't really have those. Everything's a gas station.
Yeah.
So yeah, a bodega, like a corner store. There was no gas. So they
So,
shake him down basically. They take the lottery tickets.
and the good news was that they didn't hurt the old dude because I thought it was gonna be like one of those stories where the old dude get killed or shot and he was part
Yeah.
of it. But they just steal the stuff,
Nope, they just get away. And
take it to the criminal's lair where they meet Cyrus.
who
And
had a very much like Lost Boys
he did his
kind of vibe.
his costume was good. The way
I thought this was great, and it was very understandable. So like, because these, I would say a lot of the time that people are doing these things is because there's hardship and there's nothing else for them to turn to, right? So, but then there's always the worst one who like makes everyone else terrible. So this guy is like the ringleader, the gang leader, and he idolizes the evil brother.
right, which was I thought he was gonna tear up his little book when he saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he was like, meh.
Yeah. So he goes home, and we get our picture of what was his name?
Sam,
It was his name Sam? No, I'm talking about Joe.
Joe.
Joe the garbage man. So we see him. He's a dumpster diver. He fixes up things, and
Mhm.
that's his little hobby.
Just kind of quiet old guy. Yeah.
Quiet old dude, and he seems like he loves being a garbage man.
Yeah, he likes getting the garbage. He likes to look in the garbage.
Right. He's smiling the whole time. I'm like, okay, yeah, and it's not. And look, nothing wrong with garbage man.
No.
But
My stepdad was a garbage man. I mean, that's just the way. It's just a job, but he liked it.
yeah, he really liked it.
Yeah.
And so they show him going by his day to days, and we get to the point where our
He basically saves the kid eventually.
he saves the kid. Not, I don't know if he saves them because the
He
bully,
just, though they were gonna kill him, but they were beating him up.
they were gonna beat him up. He saw him getting chased and stuff, and he comes up and he does some pretty slick stuff. But just kinda,
I liked this. I thought this was a really great way for an older superhero because they don't show you, like he's just so powerful. He just hits them and they fly, and I like that.
yeah, that was dope. That stuff was in the trailer.
That worked really well. Yeah.
And those kids were stupid as hell. I'm like, especially RZA with his punk ass. I couldn't stand him. I'm like, look, he just threw him, kicked him, and when he kicked, y'all went like a football field away.
Yeah, you would be like, "This something's weird about this guy."
You're gonna pull out a knife. I'm gonna get you. He beat your ass twice already, and you get up and here you are with a knife, and you get, run, leave this dude alone. He's out of your league. But no, we're gonna retaliate. So the little kid's like, "You are a Samaritan," bah. And I thought the writing in this movie was just abysmal.
I didn't think it was bad. I was just like, this seems logical. It's how people act. They sounds like normal people stuff, normal kid stuff.
Dialogue was horrible, and I thought
Jesus,
the writing was horrible. But let's move on. So, he finds out that he's a hero, and all the while he's doing this getting to know you hero stuff, Cyrus busts into a police compound, steals the hammer.
Yeah, the hammer and the bombs.
Hammer.
Oh no, he uses the bombs to break in.
Yes, he steals the hammer. Sorry. He steals the mask, and he destroys the other masks.
I know we didn't talk about this, but the hammer is the one thing that can hurt either one of the twins, and the mask was the bad brothers. The bad brother. The what's his name? Nemesis.
Yeah, and I got a problem with this whole hammer thing, right?
Because I don't understand how the hammer was made.
Well, he poured all his hate into it. It was
how?
It was like Sauron, from Lord of the Rings.
But still, I mean, we're also living in a world where we just accept that superhumans exist. So fine, he made a powerful hammer.
Exactly. So, okay, whatever. I can't wait to talk about the fight. So, he does this, knocks out the power and does his speech, this evil villain monologue.
Yeah, basically, which honestly, I didn't disagree with him.
I didn't disagree with him, but what got me about Cyrus. Cyrus was he turned into such a mustache twirling bad guy.
He did seem, that's why I kind of think this movie might be for younger people.
As the movie went on, he was really like, I'm gonna get you, my pretty. I'm like, oh my God, this dude is just getting worse and worse and worse.
Right.
And so, the bullies decide they're gonna run Joe over. They ran his ass over.
Yeah, and then he heals, and that's why we confirmed that he's basically
But did all the steam come out and stuff?
Yeah.
So, he has to cool his body down. So there's nothing but ice cream in his place. And he's, doused him in water. Interesting. So, anyway. So, Joe is being cool to the kid. And then the kid, what happens that he goes out on a job.
Yeah, that was like, I think what happened is that I also had a hard time kind of conceptualizing this because it seemed out of character.
Yeah, it's like, why would you go out with the bully?
Joe made him mad.
About what? Well,
he was in that apartment and he did something and Joe was like, don't do that, blah, blah. And so he left. And on the way home, or he was walking to the grocery store. I don't know. He was going somewhere and they pulled up and he was like, yeah, I'll do the job.
Cyrus pulls up and he participates. But then he got more than he bargained for when he saw him killing a cop right after that.
Right.
So he runs outside. And the young punks, RZA's crew, they're beating up his big buddy, And so he learned from Joe, sucker punch him and run, but he sucker punched him and didn't run. And they beat his ass. But he ran.
But he saved his friend, which is nice.
That damn RZA, you just getting your ass kicked the whole movie. Just sit your little self down somewhere.
Yeah.
So, they get away. Like you said, they get away. But he did catch some lumps. They put him in a hospital, right? They broke his arm and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, Joe takes him to the hospital because he finds him.
And then the mom comes out.
The mom works there.
And she's like, and I'm like, you bitch.
Why are you mad at him? He was like, why didn't you stop them? He was like, well, he didn't say it, but he was like, well, I found him afterwards. It wasn't like,
you bitch.
I didn't see it happen. I've already saved him once.
I was ready to uppercut her trip. I was like, wow, you got anger for this guy. Wow.
What's the woman's name in the show movie? Tiffany. Yeah. They say that. And I'm like, when do they ever call her Tiffany?
Never called her Tiffany. Never called the boy Sam Cleary. Never called Tiffany.
I know his name was Sam.
It's Sam, but Cleary is the last name.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. So then we kind of get to basically the end of the movie.
Oh, no. Don't skip the part. Because
okay, I'm sorry.
This part was interesting when the bad guys figured out, he had powers and they sent that little crew of like homeless people. I thought this was a great scene.
Mm-hmm.
They followed them down the alley and, the one dude took the little girl's ball, which was nuts.
Yeah.
Then the ass whoopery that happened in that alley was just redonkulous, and that was like one of my
And then people were like filming him and like exposing him basically.
And then old boy decides, I'm going to pull out a bomb and throw it at you because I lost. You beat the shit out of me 20 times. And when he pulls the car to save the little girl, and then she starts running her mouth. I was like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. What are you doing? Shut up. But so then the word is out that Samaritan is back, and so is Nemesis. But everybody know this Nemesis ain't Nemesis. They like
right. There was like somebody, but then this one has powers.
So. Right. This is the real deal, and this is a piece of shit. So anyway, so now fake Nemesis wants to, I want him. Why? He's a hero. You got his hammer, and it's got power, but he got power. And if he grabbed that hammer, he got the hammer and power. What are you gonna do? Look, the brothers fought with each other, and the brother had the hammer.
Yeah.
And they were two superpower people fighting over a superpower object. What the hell you gonna do? Twiddle your mustache?
Yeah, he's here for mustache twirling and hammer hitting. That's what he's here for. Which he doesn't really even use that hammer very well, does he?
Because you couldn't. This dude has got suits like fighting a goddamn Captain America. What you gonna do? You get a shield, you're gonna be like, I got your shield. I'm gonna still beat your ass.
Right, that's not exactly what makes Captain America Captain America. Exactly. Just an accessory.
Exactly. So I was just like, oh boy, this should have been over with. So, there's a lot of shooting.
Yep. There's a lot of big showdown in the big warehouse.
This did not disappoint.
No, it's great.
No, the action at the end with the fight and I just think when the place caught on fire, I'm like, they all would have been dead from smoke inhalation. I don't know, we in there having a fight with all this smoke and shit. You're dead.
Again.
The little boy was chained up to the thing. He was on my nerves, So they did this fight, and I don't know why it even went as long as it did. They started to play the I'm overheating thing a little bit. But then he would pop up, and I'm like, yeah, beat his ass.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah, what are you doing?
So then he eventually wraps the hammer around him and throws him in the hole.
So it's something that happened at the beginning of this fight, Jeff, that I was just like, it was unforgivable to me.
Okay.
Cyrus walks up to, it's revealed that, not at this point, but a little after this.
Yeah.
He's actually Nemesis. Oh,
right, which duh. Right? Yeah, we knew. We were aware.
Right. And he walks up to him and he does the I'm cool and holds the hammer. He's right there. The hammer's right at the hero's face.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, and I'm like, he would have just grabbed that damn thing and took it.
Knock him out. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
I was like, unforgivable. So anyway, so this fight goes on and on, and he picks up the dude to my surprise because now he's the villain, and he throws his ass into the fire, and I was like, "What? We're good."
Yeah.
If you're the villain, I'm Nemesis. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Right, but then obviously there's the whole thing about bad and good being in all of us, and then it was his choice to say that he was Samaritan, which I thought was nice.
So he takes the little boy, jumps to the next building. The little boy's out there like, huh? And when the guy showed up from the bookstore,
yeah,
I was like, F you, dude. You had your chance. You had your chance. Don't say shit. You've been scooped.
You've been scooped.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, the writing and the dialogue was like unforgivable.
All right, I don't think so, but okay.
Like, oh God, please. And I'm sorry. I gave that kid a chance. He was annoying in both projects.
I like him.
I don't.
I've seen him in projects you haven't seen him in.
Well, the two I seen him in, I was like,
Jesus.
Boy. I don't want to see him ever again. And so, Cyrus looked cool, but he was just terrible.
You guys, some of the shit that this man, Montego, has watched and enjoyed, and the things that he cannot tolerate, it is a fucking surprise to all of us.
He was terrible. So
anyway.
Yeah. So that's it, Tifflebot.
All right.
I don't think this is really worth anybody's time.
I think you should watch it. Everybody listening, watch it.
Yeah, I think
it's a nice Sunday afternoon movie.
If it's raining on a Sunday, you can watch the Mandalorian over. Don't watch this.
No.
Indeed. So, man, that's it. That's all. We came here to do the damn thing. We got it done. With me is my darling co-host, Miss Tifflebot. Say goodbye to the people. Tiff.
It's been a pleasure as always.
And until next week, man, we will be
on patrol.
Time.